Are you aware of the bayad tapon, bayad iwan?
Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, I'm not aware of Your Honor.
May I know if Mr. PDL Amatuan has a kubol there? Are you aware of the bayad tapon, bayad iwan?
Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, I'm not aware of Your Honor.
This is a culture. Ang ibig lang pong sabihin ay kapag ayaw ng isang PDL na may tapon sa kolonya o kaya sa Building 14, magbabayad siya sa superintendent through overseer office ng minimum of 5,000 pesos depende sa status ng PDL. Pero mas mahal ang bayad na isang Chinese drug lord kung may ipatapon siya na Filipino PDL na nang-istapa sa kanya sa droga. It's a minimum of 2,000 pesos, 200,000 pesos pataas.
I'm not aware, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Pakitignan mo kung nangyayari pa rin ito.
Yes, Your Honor, I will comply, Your Honor.
Can wedding inside the Believe It prison be allowed?
Can I again be
The conduct of a wedding inside the National Believe It prison, is it allowed?
Yes, Your Honor, as part of their reformation for purposes of reformation, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Could you please present to me part of your manual or any rule, regulation that would allow this?
Chapter 8.
We have a manual here talks about the marriage of inmates. It's written in chapter 8. We're just locating the page, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Yes, and what would be the provision of that manual?
Under chapter 8, section 1, it talks about how request for marriage. It tells here that the inmate or detainee who wants to get married shall submit a written request, therefore, with the superintendent. The superintendent shall approve an inmate's request to marry except where a legal restriction of the marriage exists or where the proposed marriage presents a threat to the security or good order of the prison or for the protection of the public. Who are eligible to marry, section 2. The request of an inmate or detainee to marry shall be approved provided the inmate or detainee is legally eligible to marry and is mentally competent, and the intended spouse is verified in writing an intention to marry the inmate or detainee. And then section 3, marriage expenses. All expenses of the marriage, that is marriage license, shall be paid by the inmate or detainee, the intended spouse, the family of the inmate or detainee, or the other appropriate source approved by the superintendent. The superintendent shall not use bureau funds for an inmate marriage. Section 4, request to marry of a detainee. A request to marry which is filled or filed by a detainee shall include an assessment of legal effects of the marriage on his pending criminal case. Section 5, marriage ceremony when solemnized. The marriage
Okay na.
ceremony, yes,
With
Mr. Chair.
your indulgence, okay na. May report din na umabot sa aking opisina na during the previous administration, marami pong inilipat na mga PDL sa iba't ibang lugar kung saan merong branch ang ating Bureau of Corrections. Tama po ba, General Catapang?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Pero ngayon, would it also be true that while you're transferring inmates in the Bilibid prison, you're also transferring inmates coming from the other branches of the Bilibid prison?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Would you know na yung pag-transfer ng National Bilibid prison dati ay nagkakaroon ng pera yan? As a matter of fact, according to this report, 1 million kada isa bayad nila para sa special trip nila galing San Ramon, Zamboanga.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, unfortunately, I don't have any knowledge about that.
Kindly look into this.
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, I will look into that matter.
You said a while ago that you approved the construction of kubols with certain restrictions. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Sinunod po ba yung inyong restrictions?
I know that they followed my instruction, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Who were the officers that you instructed to implement your orders?
Of course, the new Bilibid prison superintendent and down the line, Your Honor.
Sino po sila?
At that time, it was Angie Bautista, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Thank you. May I know if Mr. PDL Amatuan has a kubol there?
Yes, Your Honor, I know. Yes, sir.
Nasa report din na ito. O meron kayong maximum PX operating within?
There's a PX in the maximum security.
Maximum PX.
I
Yun
don't.
yung nasa report eh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
IPX.
Is this authorized by the authorities of the Bureau of Correction?
Yes, Your Honor. I authorized this IPX system.
And who is operating it?
I leave it to the management of the PDL because formerly it was the wardens or the superintendents who were running it. But when I took over, I saw the corruption that is happening now at that time. That's why I talked to the PDL, told them that you can run your IPX, but under the close supervision of the management, and make sure that there's no overpricing and there's no contraband, and you follow all the regulation, and that it has to be checked thoroughly by our guards. And then I introduce also the K9 so that the dogs will be there to really assume that there are no contrabands and drugs being put inside the maximum compound, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Thank you.